Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're diving into something absolutely fascinating, the true architecture of a lasting relationship. We're going to explore the actual qualities that build a solid future with someone, moving way beyond that surface-level dating advice you see everywhere. So if you've ever wondered what the research and literature actually say about what makes someone stand out as a lifelong partner, buckle up, because this is going to be an incredibly insightful journey.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll tackle the perfect partner myth, then move into cultivating your inner self, followed by building relational harmony, boundaries, standards, and action, and finally, we'll reveal the ultimate relationship secret. Let's get right into it.
All right, Section 1, the perfect partner myth, rethinking attraction. Okay, so to really rethink attraction, I want you to consider this question. How do I make him choose me? We hear this all the time, right? It's everywhere in society. But the sources actually suggest it's fundamentally flawed. Why? Well, because asking this usually means we're coming from a place of seeking external validation. It's basically asking how to mold yourself to fit someone else's preferences, which totally misses the mark of what an emotionally mature, successful person is actually looking for in a lifelong commitment. And that brings us to a massive paradigm shift. It's literally night and day. We're moving away from the anxiety of, how do I make him choose me? And shifting toward building the kind of undeniable character that makes a partner think, wow, I absolutely do not want to lose this woman. It's like flipping a switch from chasing approval to just naturally inspiring a partner to commit fully.
Moving on to Section 2, cultivating your inner self, the first pillar.
So how do we actually build this? The literature breaks this internal foundation down into 3 pretty practical steps. Step 1 is simply knowing who you are and what you believe. Someone who knows their values doesn't just change their personality to gain approval, right? They aren't afraid to walk away from situations that don't align with who they are. Step 2 is choosing respect and a peaceful presence over constant drama. Emotionally mature partners crave emotional safety, not a reality TV show. And step 3 is continuing to grow, read, and develop new skills. It just signals a deep commitment to being your absolute best self.
Honestly, I think it all boils down to this perfectly captured idea. Confidence begins with self-awareness. When you truly, deeply know who you are and you're actively committed to your own growth, you don't have to put on an act. You can just drop the performance. And when you do that, you naturally attract the people who actually appreciate the real, authentic you.
All right, Section 3, building relational harmony, the second pillar.
Now, once you've got that internal foundation locked in, it totally transforms your day-to-day interactions. The literature points to 3 distinct interpersonal qualities here. First up, honest communication. I mean, we've all been there, but relationships just do not survive on mind reading. They thrive when people can actually express their thoughts clearly and listen. Second is deep kindness. And I mean treating everyone, even strangers and waiters, with respect, which creates an environment where love can actually flourish. And third, supporting and celebrating a partner's success instead of competing with them.
Let's actually pause on that last point for a second. True support is about cheering for each other's success. It's rooted in the belief that when one person grows, the entire relationship levels up. A healthy relationship is a true partnership, not a competition. And the best part is, providing this incredible level of support never, ever requires losing your own identity in the process.
Next up, Section 4, boundaries, standards, and action, the third pillar.
So this pillar is really all about how a high-value partner protects her energy and makes wise choices. There are 4 vital qualities here. First, she fundamentally respects herself and absolutely refuses to beg for love or chase people who ignore her. Second, she maintains incredibly healthy standards for honesty and loyalty, no settling for disrespect. Third, she knows that love is an action, not just a fuzzy feeling. And fourth, she deliberately chooses a partner whose character already aligns with her core values.
It really comes down to this super powerful dynamic: self-respect earns respect. You've probably heard this before, but we literally teach people exactly how to treat us by what we tolerate. By refusing to sacrifice your values just to keep someone interested, you're signaling your true worth. Meaningful connections should never require you to lose your dignity.
And speaking of love, we really need to understand that true love is an action. It's not just a fleeting emotion, it's shown through everyday, consistent choices. Showing appreciation, keeping your promises, being dependable, and deliberately making time for each other. The data is super clear on this. Long-lasting marriages aren't built on those crazy, grand gestures you see in movies. They're built on the bedrock of these quiet, consistent, everyday actions. Now, here is a massive trap you want to avoid: falling in love with potential. Oh man, hoping someone will eventually magically change into who you need them to be? That is identified as one of the biggest missteps people make in relationships. A truly wise approach pays attention to consistent behavior right now. Healthy partnerships don't begin with renovation projects, they begin with genuine acceptance.
Which brings us to our final part, Section 5, the ultimate relationship secret, bringing it all together.
So if we pull all these threads together, here is the absolute core takeaway of this entire explainer. The goal is to become the kind of woman who naturally attracts the right man. Listen, it's literally impossible to be what every single person wants, but when you focus on being emotionally healthy, confident, and deeply rooted in your values, the need to chase relationships just kind of fades away. You simply become prepared for the right one when they arrive.
So let's look at one final comparison. Instead of driving yourself crazy asking the impossible question, how can I become the woman every man wants to marry? The focus needs to shift to, how can I become the best version of myself? Because the right partner isn't out there hunting for physical perfection. They're looking for honesty, peace, respect, trust, and someone who is genuinely ready to build a shared life.
So I want to leave you with this provocative thought to chew on as we wrap up. What quality do you think matters most in a successful marriage? Seriously, think about it. Is it the peaceful presence, the healthy standards, the everyday actions of love? Take a moment to reflect on these pillars we've explored today. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and definitely keep exploring these incredible dynamics of human connection. See you next time.